Sunday, and it is a nice crisp morning. The last week or so I was traveling in California, so I got back and wanted to take a little stroll because I've been sitting down a lot. I haven't really done a New York vlog in a while. I think since the summer. But I wanted to take you with me as we stroll into the park. I'm going to take my Fuji camera and take some pictures. The leaves are finally starting to turn. We had a very late entry into fall this year. And we will be going next weekend to Montauk, which I'm very excited about. We actually sold our car over the summer. We just weren't using it. It had been over a year, and actually the battery died while it was sitting in the garage. So if that was any indicator that it was time to sell, that was it. So we did sell the car. We're going to take the train out to Montauk. I didn't actually know that the train went all the way to Montauk, because Montauk's at the very end past the Hamptons on Long Island. We're staying at this really beautiful place that Adam booked. I'm going to find the details and I'll take you along with us, of course. We just both been traveling so much. When we got back from France, I went to Nashville for a week for a conference, and then Adam went to Amsterdam the following week for a conference, and then I was in California, and now he's in Chicago. But finally, we are going to stay put for a little bit. Sienna, you want to say hi? You haven't seen Sienna in a while. Say hi to the vlog. Yeah. Okay. Yes, the plan today is to go take some pictures in the park, and then I think I'm going to try to batch film some content, because after this week, so I get pretty busy again. Sienna, please don't scratch the carpet. As I was saying, I have a conference next week, but it's in New York and I'm presenting, so I have to learn my script. And then November is here. And I think the following weekend, it's Halloween on Friday. I have a wellness day off work, so that's nice. And the New York Marathon is the first weekend. That's Sunday, so November 2nd. The atmosphere is just so positive, and it's like anyone can do anything that they set their heart out for. I ran a marathon once in San Francisco, which is really hard with all the hills. I don't think I need to run a marathon ever again. It's been a while since I've even gone running. I haven't been keeping up well with the workout routine, but I'm determined to get back into it this fall. So you may have seen me post on Instagram, like me going to Pilates or yoga and wearing cute sets, because that definitely gets me motivated. I use this foundation from Trish McAvoy. This is like the best foundation I have ever found. When you put it on, it doesn't even feel like you're wearing makeup. It's basically like foundation with skincare. It's not Halloween. Skincare benefits. Hyaluronic, I can't say it. Hyaluronic acid infused. So very moisturizing. This one is in the shade 2, Fair Neutral. And then for eyebrows, I stock up on these because I never know when I'm going to run out. This is from Sephora. This brow pencil it's waterproof, also nice. And it is in the shade Ebony. And then I like to mix a couple of different eyeshadows from here. So this is the Dior Backstage Eye Palette, and this is in the Nude Essentials. It's very autumnal. It's basically what goes with my skin complexion. Like if you're in autumn, I think that this is the right palette for you. I use this one a lot. This is the Shimmer Light Gold. I use that a lot just as like my base for eyeshadow. And then I will pick which color I want to actually put on the eyelid itself. I mix between the matte warm taupe and the shimmer brown. They just give a little bit more like depth to the eye. And then sometimes I will use this one as well, which is the matte ochre, however that's pronounced. If I want to add like a little bit of like a pinkish color to the eyelid. This is the dark matte brown. And what I do is I take this brush that's very fine line, and I will just go along the eyelash line here. So I'm basically using this instead of eyeliner. I find that it is a much softer look for the daytime. At night, I will use eyeliner just to make it more pronounced. I put it along the eyeline here. I usually just do like half. I don't do the full eyeline because I like a little bit of more of an extended almond effect. And then I also put it just on this half of my lower lash line as well. And then I just love Thrive Cosmetics. They have a really good liquid lash extensions mascara. It's a great alternative to eyelash extensions. All right, I have rambled. I'm just gonna put on the rest of my jewelry, my rings, etc. And then we're gonna head out to the park.
Oh, this is so good. There's nothing you want to do better than this place did not do decorations last year like this, so I have a feeling we've got some competition because there are these guys over there.
I'll see you again. We'll be out till late under the starshine. I wish that I didn't have to wait. Autumn leaves, please hurry before I start to worry and his face gets blurry. My love, I send you kisses. My heart belongs to no one but you. It won't change. My love, I send our best wishes.
We are back from our little walk, and Sienna definitely missed me. She's also very H-word, aka hungry. Sienna, are you hungry?
Got my coffee. Good morning, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. I wanted to talk about some of the fall things that I've been really loving. There are just some things I've been wearing on repeat that I think are worth mentioning and sharing with you. You may already have something similar, or maybe you notice a gap in your wardrobe. So I'm going to leave all of the items linked below if they exist, or anything similar as well. Grab your coffee. I have iced coffee because regardless of the weather, and especially in the winter, the heat gets really cranking. We keep drinking iced coffee all year round, basically. I did find this really good like pumpkin spice almond creamer. It's no sugar, which is awesome, and it's actually really good. So I recommend that if you're looking for a little bit of fall flavor in your iced coffee. So with that, let's get started. I'm gonna start off with clothes. The first thing I've really been loving are wide leg jeans and balloon jeans or barrel jeans. Basically anything that's wider than a skinny jean. I've been a skinny jean girl for so long. Ultimately, the skinny jean style I think is best for my silhouette. However, sometimes you just don't want to wear something that's like hugging your leg. The only thing is that it's tricky for me as someone who's petite to find wide leg jeans that don't just look baggy or not elevated. I did find a pair at Madewell, and by the way, this is not sponsored by Madewell at all, and all of the trousers or pants that I'm going to be showing today are from Madewell. I just happen to really find that their sizing works perfectly for me, especially since I'm petite, but I'm also a little bit curvy. If you're 5'3" and you've got a petite frame, a little bit of curviness to you, then I think you're going to really love Madewell if you haven't discovered them already. They're kind of like a mid-wash or mid-tone. They're not too light blue, they're not too dark blue, if that makes any sense. I think I bought a 25 and a 26 just to try them both and ended up returning the 25, which kind of surprised me because these also aren't in the petite size, they're in the regular size, and they do kind of stretch out after you wear them for a little bit, but then when you wash them, they suck right back in. They're also really soft. It's not rigid at all. This would pair really nicely with a nice like turtleneck sweater that's fitted or long sleeve or anything like that with a nice belt. This works with many style of shoes. It falls just at the perfect length between the bottom of my ankle and the floor. So I can wear them with sneakers, I can wear them with sandals, ballet flats. I really like wearing them with ballet flats. Loved these so much that I also got them in black. I will say the black feels more rigid. They're the exact same jean. And I did get these in a 25. The next thing I've really been loving from Madewell are these corduroy straight leg pants. The long line straight pant in the size 26. I don't need to have this, which is also really nice because I would like to wear it with both heels and with sneakers. I haven't had corduroy pants definitely since high school. I don't think I've had them as an adult. So I'm kind of liking that these are coming back. They are very comfortable. I would say get your true size. The other thing that I got from Madewell while I was shopping for those was this sweater. So this is like a really nice merino wool sweater. It's like not too thick, not too thin. So it's really good for those transitional seasons. I also love that while it's loose fitting, it's not bulky. As a petite person, I think that it's really important for me to find things like that because otherwise I can feel kind of just like lost in my sweaters. It's got some really great stitching here that just kind of makes it a little bit more interesting and elevated, and it's this beautiful like chocolate color. There's a little bit of a melange happening here with some of like the black and brown threads coming together, but yeah, it's a gorgeous color. Kind of goes with my nail polish. Really loving this color for fall. I've been wearing it a lot. This is the mango cropped trench. I got this last year. It's in the size extra small, and I believe they still have it on their website, or at least something similar, so I'll link to it as well. It is the perfect light jacket, but it does really do keep you warm without you boiling, which is nice. It is still quite oversized for being an extra small. I can wear chunky sweaters underneath, which I think helps, especially when you're traveling and you don't want to bring a big coat with you. I brought this to Paris last year in November, and I just layered some chunky knits underneath it, and I was totally fine and warm. So I really do highly recommend getting a cropped trench. It's very elevated, but because it's cropped, it's a little bit more modern than a typical trench coat. I also love this color. It's not too warm or too cool, like it's just kind of like the perfect neutral that goes with everything. So I'm gonna move to shoes. So if you were watching my shopping vlog at Bergdorf's, this is a purchase from that day. These are the Loro Piana summer walks in this beautiful chocolate brown suede. They're stunning, honestly. I was a little bit nervous because they only had a size 8. They didn't have a 7.5. And I remember trying on the summer walks when I was in the Hamptons last year, and the 7.5s were too big and the 7s were my size. So I was kind of like, oh gosh, I don't know if an 8's gonna fit. I'm normally a 7.5 or an 8. But we also learned that every shoe is different because they're handmade. And so some look a little bit different in terms of the color tones, some fit different, who knows. I tried these on and they fit beautifully. I was very, very happy. I also like this dark color. I already have a pair of suede loafers in a lighter color. I find that these will go well like fall, winter, and spring. And if they get like a little dirty, you can't really tell because they're a dark color. No break-in period. Like these really do fit like a glove. I would say the only caveat with these, I don't know if you can see this, but like back here, how the suede is stitched, it was like a little bit of like a tooth shape. Every time I would walk, it would like dig into the sock and then like pull it down. So basically the socks would keep slipping off my feet and it was kind of annoying. But I didn't just want to wear no sock, or at least I wanted to have something that would feel a little bit cushiony underneath. So I added some insoles into them. I'm not going to show them to you because they're kind of dirty and need to be thrown in the wash. Maybe you can wear regular socks, not the no-show socks, or again, you also can have insoles in there. And I actually do like wearing insoles as well because then it protects the inside insole of the shoe. So many words. The other pair of shoes I've really been loving, I got last year. Actually, I found them vintage at Designer Revival. It's these gorgeous Chanel suede ballet flats. These are an olive khaki color and they're just so nice. I love that very subtle logo. You can't really see it unless you're close to it. The color, more than anything else, is just so divine. Under different lights, it can look like a different color. It can sometimes lean brown, sometimes lean green. So it really does end up being a really versatile shoe that you can pair with many different things. I wore this yesterday with my gray chunky knit. I wore my brown Manu Atelier tote, which is also suede, and then I wore these, and I thought it looked great. If you look at this line around here, it's a little bit more of a brown color, so I think that also helps kind of blend it in with browns as well. So if you want something a little bit different than brown, these are great. This color has become more and more popular throughout the fall seasons in the last few years. It might be harder to find Chanel ones, but there will be plenty of other really well-made ballet flats that are also suede in this color. So I'll link to a few below. I just think it adds a little bit of something different than the traditional brown. From that, let's go into handbags because those are like my favorite things to talk about, obviously. It's gonna be no surprise that all the handbags that I'm gonna be talking about are all brown. These are probably the ones that I've been wearing the most in the last month or two. So the first one is this gorgeous suede mini tote from Manu Atelier. I've talked about this one a lot. I've worn this one a lot as well on my Instagram feed, especially lately. And I also did a review of this bag, so I will link to that video so you can check it out. But it is absolutely wonderful. The suede, I mean, it feels beautiful. It looks beautiful. Right now, all of the bags you see these days all have some sort of like belt feature. That's like a really big thing in the last couple of years. So it has that here. It's a very minimal style, so it's never really going to like age. I think it will always look timeless. And I think it's the perfect size. I have the 11-inch iPad Air, so it can fit that. But if you want something slightly larger to fit a laptop, they do have one available. But I find that this is just perfect for a day bag. If you're running errands, if you're going shopping, if you're going to brunch, if you want to have more on you than just the basics. I tend to like to bring my vlogging camera, maybe larger wallets, things like that. Then this is perfect. I haven't experimented with getting anything that's like a lighter suede for a bag. You would think that I have lighter suede shoes, so I shouldn't be worried about messing it up. But for some reason with bags, I think it's different. So I've been wearing the brown, getting comfortable with brown. We'll see if I end up experimenting at any point. Like I love sort of like a light gray or light beige. It fits perfectly on the shoulder, especially in the winter as you start wearing like those coats and some more bulky sweaters. There's enough of a drop that it will fit comfortably on your shoulder. And the other thing is that because it is suede, it doesn't just slide off your shoulder either. Like it just sits very, very comfortably like this. I stumbled upon Manu Atelier last year. They're a Turkish brand. I'm loving this. So I will link to this one. They still have it. Sometimes a suede version in this color might run out, but they usually restock. They also have this in burgundy. And if you're not into the suede, but you just want regular leather, they have that as well. So this comes in multiple different like leathers and colors as well. But the style is really, really good. Now, the next bag has been a little bit of a surprise for me. It is not usually my style. I found it last year at a vintage fair in Brooklyn, and I wasn't sure if I was gonna keep it, but then, you know, as this year rolled around and then they re-released the Chloe Paddington, I decided to wear this a little bit more this year, and I'm glad I have because it's definitely a very unique bag. There's nothing else like it. Obviously, the gold lock is the signature. That's how you can kind of recognize it. The only difference I found is that the newer ones have like a shinier gold hardware, and the zipper up top for vintage, it's silver, and for the newer ones, it's gold as well. So if you want a more cohesive look, then the newer ones are going to have that. But if you don't mind mixing your metals, then the vintage ones are totally great as well. I don't know if it's with age or if it was made this way, but you can see more of the stitching here, whereas I find that with the newer ones that I saw when I was at Bergdorf's, the stitching wasn't as pronounced as this one is. But other than that, they literally are the same size, same everything else. From a distance, if you didn't know about those differences, you would think that this is the new one as well. Even as I was walking through Bergdorf's, like the essays were like, is that the new one or the vintage one? So it's interesting. If you find one on the pre-loved market, obviously you can get it for less than the new ones. I don't know if this is like a forever bag for me. I do think it's a little bit more trendy. It's not typically me, but sometimes I like to test something new and potentially surprise myself. So that's what this did. I'm gonna enjoy it, and then we'll decide if I wanna keep it beyond the season or not. So I'm still debating. It also depends on if there's anything on my wish list that I want to get to. Now, the last bag that I've been using a lot is my Louis Vuitton Empreinte. This is in the PM size, I believe. This is slightly more taupe in color. I've had this forever. I really, 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 really love it. I tend to use it a lot for work travel because this color goes with every kind of neutral possible. Black, navy blue, beige, white, you name it. So when I'm not wearing my lighter bags in the summer, I'm wearing this throughout the fall and winter, especially if I don't want to wear my black bags. If it's just too much black, this is really nice to break it up. It is also just a very, very sturdy bag. I fit my laptop in there, and the way it's stitched on, it just has been really, really well crafted. I find that it's the perfect work bag that gives you like a touch of luxury, but without it screaming in your face. This one is definitely a forever bag for me. I don't see myself ever letting this go. Last but not least, I want to talk about like tech, beauty, hair care, things like that. I've been loving my Fuji camera. This is the Fujifilm X100 VI, or 6 Roman numerals. I got it during the summertime and I took it with me to Turkey and France. I just loved how all the pictures came out. Not only is the quality great, but the recipes that you can create to really define your own look for photography is absolutely amazing. I've been strolling through Central Park in the mornings as the leaves start to turn and taking more pictures. They come out so beautifully. I can't wait for fall to really make its entrance. We're starting to see early bits of fall, but fall started really late here this year. We're also going to Montauk next weekend, a little fall getaway. I'm excited to take some pictures out on Long Island as well. It's hard to find it at a normal retail price, but whenever I find models for like a decent price, I will link them. I tend to link it also on my Shop My with my other electronics that I've been loving. Next is the new iPhone. I got the iPhone 17 Pro the day it was released, like on that Friday. I basically ordered it to pick up on Saturday from my local Apple store. I got it in the midnight blue color, and then I got this case from Casetify. I was definitely influenced by Alyssa Lenore. She has always raved about Casetify cases, and I wanted something a little bit different than what I traditionally get. I usually get like Spigen, which 100% like very resilient case. It is a great case, especially if you want something simple but effective, and it has a really good reputation. But I just wanted something a little bit different that kind of complements the color of the phone as well. I got it customized to have my initials AL there as well. As for the phone itself, everyone's been talking about the camera, but yes, there's a huge improvement, especially in the front-facing camera, which I think is probably the most important for content creators and for anyone who just likes to take a lot of video, especially when you're vlogging. That was a huge improvement. I think that the cameras on the back, you might not see a huge improvement. Like, is it worth upgrading from the 16 to the 17 just for the back-facing cameras? No. But for the front-facing camera, absolutely. I got this in the Pro and not the Pro Max. I never really get the Pro Max because I just want to be able to fit it in a bag. So I think it's still enough real estate for me to edit, and I like just, it fits better in the palm of my hand as well. Then the last tech thing is my Dyson Corral. I got this, I want to say 2 years ago. Maybe you can correct me based off of the finish. I think the first one was in that gray and pink, and then they came out with this copper color. I thought about getting the air wrap, but I didn't because the air wrap isn't dual voltage, and also found that there are just too many pieces for me to ever like travel with. And I've been used to actually curling my hair with a straightener. When I use this to like wave my hair, the style lasts for a good 3 days. But of course, in order for this to work effectively, I also have to use good products on my hair. So that actually leads me to the next things I've been loving. After I've washed my hair, I use this Way, I don't want it to be too bright for you, this Way anti-frizz cream. I take maybe 1 or 2 pumps and I split my hair in 2, and then I just put the cream on the mid lengths all the way to the end, and then I brush it through with a comb, so that way it really tries to get as many hair strands as possible. I have a lot of hair, but it's fine hair, so this has really helped, especially in the summer months with frizz control, but also just keeping the hair like nice and soft. I haven't really cut my hair since like March or April. I haven't had any trim, haven't had any like other color treatments or anything like that, but I find that my hair is actually still pretty healthy. So I attribute a lot of that to this. I got these Philip Kingsley products. One is the Elasticizer, which is a multitasker for all hair types, 5-in-1 treatment. And then I got the Bond Builder, which helps repair, strengthen, and protect, especially for like split ends. And this has been really, really great. So after I put this on my hair, I also do the same thing with this. Again, just a couple pumps, and I do the exact same motion just by putting it mid-length to the end. And then this, it is a little bit more concentrated and can be oily, so I just put it towards the bottom. And then I blow dry my hair, I style it with the Corelle, and when I'm done, I use this. It's a Korean serum that I found on Amazon. I got it a couple years ago. As you can see, it doesn't take much to have its effect. So basically, as soon as I style my hair, it might still feel a little bit like big or frizzy. I just put a couple of pumps of this and it just looks more polished, it's softer, and it just gets all the frizz away. Definitely recommend this serum, which I will link below. Last but not least are some skincare favorites. So I was looking into just some new body washes and lotions because I ran out, and I've really been loving Necessaire. I first got the eucalyptus one, and then once it ran out, I got the hinoki. So this is the hinoki scent. Normally it comes with a white pump, but for some reason the white pump wasn't working, so I just swapped the pumps out. I don't know, probably like Amazon packaging or something like that, but I did find this on Amazon. The smell, the hinoki scent is so good. I absolutely love it. And then I just got this body lotion. It's fragrance free, but it is the most nourishing lotion I have yet found. It says it provides 48 hours of continuous moisture. Yeah, it's not lying. It's rich, but it's not heavy, if that makes any sense. So I think it still works well year round, but especially as we get into the fall and winter months, I'm really excited to have like a more effective body lotion that will just keep the moisture locked in. That took a lot longer than I thought it would. Let me know if you have any of these and you're enjoying it as well, or if you have any other recommendations that you want to share in the comments below so that others can also kind of see what you're liking as well, especially in these fall months. I will link to everything below. If you like videos like these, handbag reviews, vlogs in New York, or travel, or anything like that, then I would love if you subscribe to this channel and click on the notification bell so that you get alerts whenever I upload new videos. Thank you so much, and I will see you on the next one. Bisous!